Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and thank you for joining us for this news bulletin. The Seychelles Department of Trade says that it will be collaborating with several government entities and the private sector to enable the country to benefit from the free trade agreement with African countries. This is part of the country's strategic plan regarding the agreement recently approved by the Council of Ministers. An official from the Department of Trade, Jean-Paul Dauphin, indicates that the department developed the strategy last year. It is a strategy it intends to implement to further promote the export of local products.
With this implementation strategy, we will be able to chart a way forward in terms of how we implement it, what are the various activities that we have to do to ensure that we accomplish 100% implementation of the strategy. There will be challenges along the way, that is foreseen, yes, but we are ready to work with all the relevant stakeholders so that we can implement the strategy.
A comprehensive hydrographic survey conducted last year in Seychelles waters has led to the discovery of 87 previously uncharted shipwrecks. The United Kingdom Hydrographic Office, UKHO, officially handed over the gathered data to Vice President Ahmed Afif at a ceremony held on Eden Island. The survey, covering 650 square kilometers, focused on areas around Mahé, Praslin, La Digue, and key inter-island routes. It was part of a 2.4 million UK-funded project aimed at collecting critical information on underwater topography, navigational hazards, and seabed features. Additionally, satellite imagery was employed to map Seychelles' expansive 1.3 million square kilometer exclusive economic zone, EEZ. British High Commissioner Jeff Gleckin emphasized the long-standing maritime partnership between the UK and Seychelles. Captain Daniel Adam, CEO of the Seychelles Maritime Safety Authority, spoke on behalf of the Minister for Transport, Anthony Dejac.
It is a powerful tool that will support our efforts in navigational safety, environmental protection, and the sustainable growth of our blue economy. The discovery of previously unknown wrecks, the identification of hazardous areas, and the new tidal gauges installed both on Mahé and Praslin will strengthen our ability to manage our maritime space more effectively. As we continue to modernize our maritime sector, partnerships like these play a crucial role in ensuring Seychelles remains a safe and strategic hub for shipping, trade, and marine conservation. The UK Hydrographic Office expertise and commitment have been valuable, and we take this opportunity to express our deepest appreciation for their support.
The Cabinet of Ministers has this week approved new regulations to standardize the construction industry, requiring all professionals and companies to register and implement a complaint and discipline process. Additionally, a new template for private-public partnership agreements aims to attract private investment, addressing industrial land shortages with pilot projects for micro-enterprise centers. The Cabinet has also discussed the performance of the Seychelles Islands Development Company, IDC, focusing on governance, financial planning, restructuring, and supporting conservation efforts. The Swiss company Travaiserie Border Security, which runs Seychelles' e-border system, says it has followed all agreements and worked in good faith since starting its partnership with Seychelles in 2021. The National Assembly recently raised the issue, asking if Travaiserie had paid any taxes, including VAT, over the past 3 years. Travaiserie explained that it initially understood Seychelles would apply a VAT charge on the Electronic Travel Authorization, ETA, fees for foreign visitors, but is still waiting for clarifications on this. Once a decision is made, Travaiserie says it is ready to follow the rules. The company also said it is committed to helping improve Seychelles' border security, tourism, and economic growth. Zhuhai City of China and the town of Victoria have announced their commitment to develop international exchanges based on friendship between the two cities. It is an officer from the city of Zhuhai, Yang Hong, and the acting mayor of Victoria, Lydia Charlie, who signed the agreement. This is an agreement that China usually makes a commitment before they establish a friendly relation with another city. Acting Mayor of Victoria says this provides an opportunity for Seychelles to learn from the city of Zhuhai, China.
This letter of intent, it's supposed to last for a period of 5 years. So during the 5 years, we'll have to develop cooperation with Zhuhai to see how we can benefit from their knowledge, from how they do things there in Zhuhai, because they've mentioned that they have a lot of islands just like us here, and they also have they put great importance on port development, because they have ports as well in Zhuhai. So then we will be able to benefit from their expertise, for their know-how, to be able to help us. Like, you know, Seychelles also is going to develop the port. So with that, we're hoping to have a better understanding, to get help from them, assistance of any sort that we can have. And also, like, you know, the government has planned to build a maritime museum. So probably we might get information from them that might help us to build the maritime museum that the government is expecting to build. After that, during the 5 years, we'll see how the exchanges, how it will go on. After that, then we will elevate to the establishment of friendly relations, and further to a sister city relationship. Because different cities in China, they operate differently. But normally, we would go directly into the establishment of friendly relations and exchanges.
The Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries and the Association for the Promotion of Friendship between Seychelles and China officially signed a memorandum of understanding on Monday evening. The agreement was signed and exchanged between the Vice President of the Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries, Yuan Mingdao, and the Chairman of the Association for the Promotion of Friendship between Seychelles and China, Vincent Meriton. In his declaration, Mr. Meriton noted that the newly signed MOU is designed to strengthen cooperation in various sectors like the environment, culture, and education. Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Sylvestre Radegonde, and Olivia Berkeley-Crispin, France ambassador to Seychelles, formalized an extradition agreement between Seychelles and France. The signing concludes numerous consultations between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Tourism, the Attorney General's Office, and French representatives. The purpose of the extradition agreement between Seychelles and France seeks to enhance the extradition process for suspected criminals, improve the focus on crimes that are recognized by both countries, and will provide an enhanced response to transnational crime. The conclusion of the agreement also signifies the collaboration and a reinforcement of the diplomatic relations between Seychelles and France. And finally, pending bilateral agreements and the lifting of restrictions on the importation of poultry from Brazil were some of the topics discussed during a meeting between the ambassador of the Federative Republic of Brazil to the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Gustavo Martins Nogueira, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Mr. Sylvestre Radegonde. One of the agreements discussed was a technical cooperation agreement, which would allow Seychelles and Brazil to benefit from each other's expertise in various fields. Ambassador Nogueira also thanked the government of Seychelles for lifting the restrictions on the importation of poultry from Brazil following the outbreak of a disease in a poultry facility in the state of Rio Grande do Sul in July 2024. The restrictions were lifted in January 2025 after the government of Seychelles received assurances that all necessary protocols were implemented and the disease had been dealt with accordingly. Ambassador Nogueira also presented his condolences on the passing of Mr. Robert Morgan last year, who was the honorary consul for Brazil in the Seychelles. And that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached the end of the news bulletin. We'll be back with more news and more details at 8 p.m.